Welcome to the Schluter Systems Installation Studio. What we want to show you is the installation of our KERDI-LINE drain in an intermediate placement. So we're going to use the KERDI-LINE drain. You can see the channel body here. It has the KERDI already attached to the flange. We're also going to use the support for the channel that fits on the underside here. So now our channel is fully supported along its length. It also gets us up off the floor, shims us the proper thickness to make room for our shower tray. Now this tray is specifically made for the KERDI-LINE drain. It all slopes in one direction. You can see the slope built into the foam tray. It's already been covered with the KERDI, and we have a small depression down at this end that's built to accommodate the thickness of our drain flange. Now you can see we have a hole in the floor here, so we're going to put one section towards the back, and then we're going to have our intermediate placement of our drain right here in this low section. So we have this little channel right here. The next thing we're going to do is put in the support. We're going to notch out both sections of this tray to make room for this support so it can sit down flush to the tray. Then we'll be ready to put our KERDI-LINE drain in. You'll notice that the channel support is thinner on one side than the other to accommodate wall placement of our channel drain. This is an intermediate placement of the drain, so you'll find an additional piece of foam with the peel and stick strip. We'll use that to affix to the thin side, so now we're balanced out, ready to place it in the center here.
Peel the release paper and attach the supplied filling strip to the channel support in order to make it symmetrical. Center the channel support and mark the tray where it is to be cut. Peel the release paper from the adhesive strip and press the tray together at the fold. Cut the flat section of the shower tray to fit around the channel support. Apply unmodified thin-set mortar to the substrate using a 1/4 by 3/8 square or U-notch trowel. Burn the thin-set mortar into the substrate with the flat side of the trowel and then comb additional mortar using the notch side. Solidly embed the first section of the shower tray into the thin-set mortar. Check the underside of the tray to ensure full coverage is achieved. Re-embed the shower tray. Repeat the process with the channel support. Apply thin-set mortar to the top of the channel support using the same notch trowel. Fold up the KERDI collar and solidly embed the channel body in the thin-set mortar on the channel support. We used a level to help keep the KERDI collar neatly folded up for the rest of the tray installation. A few pieces of tape can be used as well. Install the other half of the shower tray, sliding the cut sections around the channel support and channel body. Check to make sure that the KERDI-LINE channel body is level.
Okay, we've installed the tray, the channel support, and the drain body. And now what we've done is we've established an elevation out on the rest of the bathroom to flush out with the thickest part of our tray. We've also put down the Ditra, our uncoupling membrane, which we're going to use for waterproofing now. So we're going to treat all the seams in the Ditra and flash onto the floor-to-wall connection onto our KERDI board, and then we'll continue by tying the tray into the Ditra with some KERDI band also. So that's next.
Apply unmodified thin-set mortar using a 1/4 by 3/16 V-notch trowel or the Schluter-PROCUT trowel. Solidly embed the KERDI band into the mortar to ensure proper adhesion and to remove any air pockets. Repeat this process with the KERDI band waterproofing strips along the shower tray, ensuring that all seams are overlapped by a minimum of 2 inches. The same method is used to connect the KERDI collar on the channel body to the tray.
Okay, we've waterproofed the entire assembly, and now it's time for tile and profiles and the drain grate assembly.
We install the Schluter Dilex EKE profile at all floor-to-wall and wall-to-wall transitions. Spread thin-set mortar and solidly embed the profile. Install the floor tile along the edge of the shower tray and at least the first course of wall tile. Make sure to use an appropriate notch trowel for the size of the tile and back butter the tile as needed to achieve full coverage.
We're ready to install our system profiles now. The reason we're going to put these in is to cover up this exposed edge of this tile here that's on the floor that stays on plane or flat while the tray tapers down towards the drain. So there's 2 pieces to this profile system. One is the anchoring leg with the channel, and then the second piece is the brushed stainless steel tapered profile with the KERDI on the back for adhesion that's going to fit into the channel. So we have to take a couple of measurements. The first one, we're going to find our deepest point or the widest point on our profile, measure that and find it on here, and once we establish that mark, we simply have to find the length. Going from the lowest point, and in this case where it abuts to the wall, we'll mark it here down at that end with that length, and then we'll be ready to install that profile into the channel with some thin set. Then we'll repeat the process here from the low spot up to the high spot, and we'll put that in. We'll also repeat the process again on the other side of the tray. Once we have those in, it's going to give us a nice, clean, professional-looking transition between the floor tile and the pan tile.
We cut the stainless steel tapered profile using the Schluter-PROCUT-TSM cutting wheel on an angle grinder set to low speed. We selected the Shower Profile S support profile according to the thickness of the tile. The support profile is marked and cut to length using snips. Using a notch trowel, apply unmodified thin-set mortar to the area where the profile is to be installed. Press the anchoring leg into the mortar and align. Apply thin-set mortar to the back of the tapered profile and insert it into the support profile. Align it flush with the floor tile and immediately clean any setting material from the face of the profile. Repeat this process along both sides of the shower tray. Remove the protective covering from the channel body in preparation for the installation of the grate frame.
We're ready to put the grate assembly in. The first part is the grate frame. The grate frame goes into the channel body with thinset. You'll have a couple of these height adjustment spacers that go underneath the tabs on the frame. They are threaded so they can adjust up and down to correspond with the height of your tile. You'll also have some spacers for the frame that keeps that frame at a consistent width during the tile installation. That's the part we're going to do next, so let's do it.
The grate frame is set in conjunction with the surrounding tiles. We started by dry fitting the grate frame and setting the height adjustment spacers such that the frame will be flush with the tile. Take measurements and cut the tiles to fit as required. Install the tile onto the shower tray. Make sure to use an appropriate notch trowel for the size of the tile and back butter the tile as needed to achieve full coverage. Apply unmodified thin-set mortar to the underside of the grate frame and place it into the channel body. Insert the height adjustment spacers and make any adjustments to ensure a flush transition to the tile. Once this is established, finish filling the underside of the grate frame with thin-set mortar and install the remaining tile. Full coverage of thin-set mortar under the grate frame is essential. Be sure to immediately clean any setting material from the grate frame. We installed a Dialex profile at the transition from the floor to the shower to accommodate any potential movement. There are several drain grate options available. Option A features a closed design of brushed stainless steel. Option B is brushed stainless steel with square perforations. Tile covering support D creates a virtually invisible drainage line.